Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and today I'm going to be unboxing this package that was sent to me by Out of Darts, and I thought I would do so in the form of an ASMR, because I'm bored and I wanted to try something new. You can tell that it is from Out of Darts because it has this lovely labeled tape with their logo on it, which just shows the extra effort that Out of Darts goes into the presentation of their product. I will be opening this package with this lovely knife that was given to me by CaptainXavierNerf. Let's see what the good folks at Out of Darts have sent me today. It appears to be a new worker product. They also have, of course, included their card and stickers and their label. We will set this aside and take a look at the contents of the package. It would seem they have sent me a Nightingale 2.0 in my colors. We have, of course, the blaster itself and their new magazine. I do like the new magazine. The rubber bumper is very squishy and protects the blaster nicely. The grip is also a little bit longer and it fits my hands better. The magazine goes in and locks in quite beautifully, don't you think? Releases. Later, of course, I will be comparing it to the original, but I think we should take it directly to the range and do some plinking. Join me. Right, I'm here on the range with my new Nightingale 2.0, and we're going to see if I can hit anything at all. We're going to try to do some either semi-auto or burst, but it's full auto and it has a fairly high rate, so who knows how many I'll actually squeeze off. That's not too bad. I dig that. I dig that. Let's compare it to the 1.0. Alright, so here's the 2.0, the new one. It's a little bit svelter, it's got some differences. I'll compare the actual shells when we get back to the shop. And then here's my 1.0 with the Dutch SMG kit on it, which shouldn't affect the performance any. But we're gonna see how they do. So, one, I've noticed this one's a little bit louder. And I don't know if I put different motors in this. This might have Loki's in it for all I know. I think it might. I don't know. Maybe it's a select fire kit that does. Maybe it's a semi-auto kit. I don't know. I know I put Loki's in something. You empty? No! You still got some darts. Reload! Mags dump! They have a very, very similar rate of fire. Let's go get some FIPs, compare their FIPs, and then talk about them. Right, I'm gonna try to get you some FIPs. We'll see if I can get this thing to single shoot. 121, 118, 114, 112, 122. Let's check the original. 116. 129, 127, 125. Yes, they're about the same, give or take, depending on how many shots it fires. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the difference in the actual shells. And now we really compare them. So performance-wise, they're really very, very similar. Similar rate of fire, similar power, FPS, especially with the worn darts that I was putting through them, because that's what I'll typically use, and so that's what I prefer to test with. The cosmetic differences are I don't want to say entirely superficial, but there's a couple that matter. The grip is a little bit longer. If we compare them side by side, it's not a lot longer, but it is a little bit, and it does make it fit my hand a little bit better. Here, my pinky is dangling off, whereas here it's solidly on there, and I do like that. The trigger well is no longer removable, and it no longer comes with a holster. It used to come with a metal holster that hooked onto the trigger well there, but they've gotten rid of that. There is now a sling mount under the trigger guard, and they no longer have a sling mount on the back. I think that was an odd choice of things to swap, but they did. There is now Picatinny rail on the front, and it comes with Picatinny rail on the top, which I don't believe the original one came with any Picatinny rail, though there were kits that gave you side rail and top rail. Now, obviously, I have a whole kit on that, and I'll go into that in a minute. The magazine, it's the same magazine, but they've put this nifty bumper on, which is really nice because the bottoms of these had a tendency to just fall off. And this makes it, one, it's got a nice rubber bumper, but also it's not going to fall off. It fits perfectly with the holster or with the grip and just makes it for a really long grip. You could two-hand, which would be silly. The old it will fit in the old blasters. You can see that's how much more grip there is because all of that is filled in on the other one. Obviously, the old magazines fit just fine. Overall, the shell is very, very similar. I've got one here that doesn't have as much of a kit on it. Very, very similar in most respects. If we line the grip and the trigger, it's a little bit longer in the back. The iron sights are a little more pronounced on the top. The barrel is a little bit longer, and there's more room in the battery tray, and that was a big selling point. This one has more in the battery tray. It also has this neat pattern on the front for some reason. It does have an orange barrel, so it does have that. Side rail, don't know what you would want to hook there, but they have it. But as far as I can tell, most of the screws are in exactly the same place, and that's probably because it's got more or less the same internals. And that's what was really important if I wanted to transfer this kit onto these, because I was kind of tempted to get two of these and transfer the kit over because this front end looked really nice, and I liked the longer grip and all of that. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the lower rail, and so until somebody comes out with an extended barrel for this that adds that lower Picatinny rail, I don't want to swap this kit over because I really like having the Seagull pump grip there and the little, stock SMG look. I like it. I like it a lot. So maybe I will if somebody comes out with a kit for this, but I may just keep this as a full auto sidearm. Just put a holster on it and call it a day. I know people have hooked holster to here because there are Picatinny holster attachments, so that'd be the easiest way to do it, or you could get the one that screws in to those two screws because it looks to be, like I said, the same as on previous ones. So yeah, one question that I have heard asked, and it's not an unreasonable question, why? Why make a 2.0 if it didn't really change the performance, if it didn't really change, features? They have a semi-auto and a full auto, uses the same magazines, that's nice. It's got, Picatinny rail, more battery housing. It's not a huge increment. If you look at the Phoenix and the Phoenix 2.0, they are completely different blasters, essentially, whereas these are very, very similar. But I am not opposed to incremental improvements. There are the battery tray, the grip. There's a number of things that are definitely improvements in my mind. They didn't do a huge improvement performance-wise. It seems to be about the same, though, again, I'm not entirely sure what motors are in this, if I have upgraded this one. I know I put Loki's in something, but they're roughly comparable. Yeah. So, take it or leave it. There's my thoughts on the Nightingale 2.0. I'm still looking forward to seeing what they come out with. I've seen some stuff, some neat stuff. I'm still waiting for somebody to design a blaster that takes Nightingale magazines in front of the grip instead of in the grip, because it's got the notch on the back to be able to do that. But I haven't seen anybody utilize that yet. I have seen some adapters that take these that'll then allow you to, but I haven't seen a dedicated blaster. I'm Kind of hoping that they come out with a little svelte little SMG that, you know, takes the magazine in the front instead of the grip. But we'll see what time will tell. Let me know what you guys think. Was it a silly, unnecessary incremental upgrade? Do you think it is svelter enough, as it were? Do you see enough of a difference for it to be worth it? Do you miss the holster? Do you, you know, what are your thoughts? Let me know. My thanks to Out of Darts. Out of Darts is the one who sent me this, and I appreciate it. They send me the best stuff. And my thanks to you guys for watching.